Hi, Kirk Mitchie with Candor Advisors here. Hey, if you're a founder and you've had a disappointing offer, a letter of intent from a private equity firm, and you're wondering kind of what happened in between what they gave you in terms of valuation, what they told you your company was worth, and how it manifests, usually with a whole lot less cash than you'd expected, this one's for you. There's an old saw in investment banking: seller's price, buyer's terms. Buyer's price, seller's terms. What that essentially means is that between a willing buyer and seller, structure can compensate for some of the mismatches in expectations. So think of it this way: when you get an offer and let's say it has a lot less cash than you were expecting, and it's got something like an earnout. We've done a couple of updates on those. Maybe you're being asked to retain equity. Maybe they're counting as part of their consideration for your deal cash they're going to add to your balance sheet in the process of buying the company. And maybe they're asking you to take back a seller note. And none of that was what you were expecting. Pause for a second, maybe seek some outside guidance, but minimally take a look at it and say, does this meet my, and use this to negotiate. So for example, if you get an offer that sounds on paper like it's enough, but you don't like the structure, okay, well, if you're the seller and you're going to name the price, then you have to accept the terms, or usually that's what happens if you want to do a deal. So if the terms are what they are, ask for more money, right? It seems simple, but if the private equity buyer and usually the more structured deals are private equity buyers, especially smaller and more independent sponsors, use a whole lot more structure, which is another way to say a lot less cash. If they need to use more structure, then ask for more cash up front or more valuation overall. If, on the other hand, you like their price, then you might have to accept some of the trade-offs on structure. Now, certainly you don't have to do a deal at all, but just kind of back up for a second and say, okay, it's disappointing that I'm not going to get all cash and right off into the sunset. They want me to hang around. They're going to kind of tell me what to do as a minority shareholder in the business that I created. I no longer am in control of all the processes, but they're paying me a salary. When you're done with all of that, and all that is worth taking a beat and kind of looking at that and saying, can I live with that? Then go back to the trade-offs and say, what am I willing to accept in terms of structure for getting my price? Or what am I willing to accept in terms of price to get a structure I like better? If we can help you navigate a letter of intent or the structure of a deal, give you some of our insights, please head over to candor-advisors.com and reach out. Have a great week.